Rholyn Media Network.
Bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
Business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with Rholyn Media Network.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, Filipinas. Good morning, United States. We're back in here for another discussion. Hello, Dr. Nildz.
Hello. Once again, magandang araw or good day, magandang gabi or good evening, and a warm hello to our listeners in the Philippines, USA, and across the globe. Welcome to Teacher Talk with Ma'am Cora and Dr. Nildz, a space where passion meets purpose and stories of education comes alive. So together, we'll explore challenges, celebrate triumphs, and share wisdom that empowers teachers, families, and community. How are you, Teacher Cora?
I'm great. Awesome. We just start school, and this is our third week coming in, and we're getting ready for another recess for the Labor Day long weekend. So I am so pumped up and ready to go.
Yeah, we're excited on that.
I had a wonderful week also, and I'm going to show you how it looks like. So you and I attended a meaningful and purposeful celebration by the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce. I think Krisha would be able to share those pictures to us. Okay. And I guess we are having technical. There you go. So we had a boot camp, and you're going to see a little video of this later on with Dr. Neil. Also, I went the opening of the school. Here are how it looks like in the school for our school opening. And also, I went to Austin to see my daughter. And Austin, I didn't know that Austin has great places to go. I went to Mozart Cafe. Gorgeous panoramic view of the lake. I went to Oasis and have a little coffee right there and move around. It was great. It was so peaceful and a great time to have a break from the busy city of Houston. Also, I did a meetup with our cultural exchange teachers. And here we are. After 2 weeks, we have a thank God it's Friday meetup. We went to Suji Shabu Zone, and then later we have a little coffee right at the Bamboo. Although they are not our sponsors, but we really did a great time to relax and share our first 2 weeks of school. So basically, that is how busy I was last 2 weeks. Okay, how about you?
Nice to hear from you. I mean, with all those busy schedule we have, it's nice to share this. But anyway, going through what we had before. I know we always do some collaboration, not only with Teacher Talk, but also with our community. So the last one is we have this boot camp. Can you please put it again, Krisha? It's in, we did this at the Philippine Consular Office, and we're thankful for our, of course, Consular General Catherine Sales that, he was able to come and give us some inspirational message too. And of course, we have used the consular office to have this boot camp, which is the one of the project of the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce. So here you are. These are the participants, and of course, during that time too, we have other businesses that came, prominent people from Houston and other parts of Texas. And of course, we also featured our I will say supporter Capitayo with MJ Osmeña and husband. They were gracious enough to provide our coffee, and the chocolate is so good. That's my favorite. And of course, we would like to thank Rodora for taking some videos of the footage of what we did. And there you are. So there's a lot of things going on. We had our teacher talk live on that day, and then she was able to get some videos of our vendors participating during that event. So all in all, that was so amazing. And by the way, watch out for the next boot camp. Those who are in Dallas, especially Mike, we have a boot camp coming up. That's going to be on November the 15th here in Dallas. So Dallas is going to be sponsoring that boot camp. And then a lot of things going on. I've been working with the Nexus. That's part of the project that we have, where we're also having career fair, job fair for some people in our community down here in the DFW. But overall, it's exciting. It might be kind of tiring, but of
Okay.
course, what we do for our community is our service. Thank you, Ma'am Cora.
Mhm. That would be a nice and exciting event to watch. And you know how the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce works. It is really, really purposeful, meaningful, and very, very educational among our business entrepreneurs here in Houston. Filipino business
And
entrepreneurs.
I, and
Okay. So,
can I add also to thank our state
yes.
president, Attorney Eileen Ligat, for really supporting our project here at PACC Texas. Thank you. So,
Okay.
what's up now? What's our next agenda? So,
What is the objective for today's
oh,
session, Dr. Neil?
before I say the objective, let me share to you our theme. The theme for this episode is called communication and partnership, and the topic is building bridges. Usap tayo, kapit basic. Would you like to share something about that so our audience will
Okay.
understand that, Ma'am Cora?
Yes, I would love to. Now, for all our viewers, especially those who are not really particular with the Filipino culture, we have this kapit bisig. Kapit bisig is a deeply meaningful Filipino value that literally translate to linking arms or arm in arm. It symbolizes unity, solidarity, collective action, especially in times of struggle or shared purpose. Working together towards a common goal, which really reflects on how Kapit Bisig uh, done inside and outside the classroom. So with this, we are supporting one another during challenges, and we have a lot of challenges in school. In general, challenges and issues with regard to the educational system. How does Kapit Basic works? How does it look like? How do Filipino educators and supporters use these values in order to improve our advocacy, our community efforts as an educator and school staff? So that is where we're coming from with our theme for today, imparting our Filipino values of kapit bisig or linking arms. There you go, Dr. Neil.
Yes, and thank you so much. Which is, with all that said, those are some of the objective that we have here, which is, to to promote our open and honest communication among educators, parents, and students. We'll also highlight the strategies for effective collaboration and teamwork. We will also explore ways to bridge cultural, generational, and social gaps in schools and communities, empowers listeners to build meaningful connections, address common barriers to our communication, and how to overcome them. And last but not the least, we will celebrate the Filipino values of Kapit Bisig as a model for unity and support. Thank you.
Okay, so I guess everybody understands our objective for today, and this will be described to you by our distinguished guest for today. And we're ready to introduce them. Okay, so our first guest will exemplify and explain to you how this Kapit Bisig communication and collaboration looks like in our school setting. So, who is Mr. Mike Guimbatan? Okay, he is a former social justice activist, a Cordillera autonomy advocate, a journalist, development planner, and agrarian reform provincial executive. He graduate school management professor as an active and also an active church leader. He graduated early retirement in 2009 and moved to Dallas, Texas to teach high school math. Mike finished Bachelor of Science in Mathematics at the University of Cordillera in Baguio, and also graduated Master of Management at the University of the Philippines. His only teaching experience is in graduate school as management professor at the University of Cordillera while pursuing his PhD program that was left incomplete when he left to teach advanced geometry and advanced placement pre-calculus at Skyline High School, Dallas ISD. Now on his 16th year, a couple of years ago, he graduated Master of Arts in Educational Leadership at the University of Texas in Dallas. His work experience commended as a junior staff of Baguio Local Weekly while pursuing his bachelor's degree. His environmental and social justice degree, social justice advocate, got him recruited to join the former rebel priest Father Conrado Balweg's Cordillera People's Liberation Army as a political and program officer. In 1986, the Cordillera People's Liberation Army signed peace with then President Theresa Aquino's government and negotiated for the creation of Cordillera region. Mike later joined the government as information officer, science research specialist, and planning officer. He was already in career executive service level as a provincial agrarian reform officer before he retired early to come and teach math here in Dallas. He never left his journalism hobby even while in government service, maintaining a community paper column and write stories as correspondent of national dailies and wire services such as Manila Bulletin, GMA News, and Agence France Press. He plans to go back to writing after retirement as a teacher. In community, Mike is the founding president of the Dallas-based Growing in Faith Together Mission Ministry since 2020. a nonprofit, and non-denominational organization involved in Bible distribution, disaster relief, school supplies for children, and Christmas kiddie gifts and support to pastors in remote churches in the Philippines. Mike is now the incumbent president of the Filipino Educators Association of Texas, FEET. For the past 4 years, the FEET rallied Filipino organization in North Texas to support newly arrived teachers from basic needs, transportation, trainings, and acculturation. Probably he's talking about our J1 teachers, which Safe Unified is also doing here in Houston. Guys, Filipinas, America, let us all welcome Mr. Mike Guimbatan.
Good morning and good evening.
Oh, Guimbatan. I'm sorry, Mr. Mike.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome.
Maraming salamat po at we are invited here and I bring to you the warm and big welcome of Texas. So great to be here. I was invited by Dr. Nildz, who was with us when we welcomed and gave orientation to our over 60 or 70 new teachers. And so glad that all the community, Filipino community, joined also. And that's how we see Kapit Bisig and the Bayanihan spirit working, even in out of the country, especially here in Texas. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Mr. Mike. Okay, so with our next guest, let me introduce to you Dr. Maria Theresa S. Aquino, a dedicated educator and a leader who has devoted 34 years of service in the government. She is married to Mr. Bernardo Aquino, and together they are blessed with one child, Bernadine Aquino, who just graduated her PhD degree. Currently, she serves as a Principal 4 of Pius National High School under the School Division of Pangasinan, Philippines, where she continues to guide and inspire both teachers and students. Dr. Aquino holds a Doctor of Philosophy degree, major in school leadership and management, a testament to her commitment to advancing education programs through strong leadership and effective governance. Her decades of service reflect not only her professional excellence, but also her deep passion for nurturing learners, empowering teachers, and building schools that foster growth, resilience, and success for the entire community. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to my former colleague and a dear friend, all the way from the Philippines, none other than Dr. Maria Theresa Aquino.
Good evening, Philippines. Good morning, USA. I am very proud, my kumare, and of course, a newfound friend, Ma'am Cora. Thank you for having me here. This is my first time anyway. And I'm glad. I'm very grateful for this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Aquino. We are now moving on to our next guest, okay? She's very special to me. We work together. I would like to introduce my colleague, Kimberley Reyes. Is a bilingual first-generation college graduate and a daughter of immigrant parents. She recently earned her master's in school counseling from Texas A&M University and is now in her second year of a school counselor at Las Americas Newcomer School in Houston ISD. In over 10 years of teaching experience, including work as a dance director and cheer coach, she brings strong community connection to her role. As a former newcomer herself, Kimberley supports students in their social emotional growth, academics, college, and career goals that includes transition to life here in United States. She also connects with families with vital resources, building partnership with organizations such as the local food bank, churches, and even the Houston Police Department to provide holiday support and other initiatives. Her goal is to inspire students and their families and aim high and pursue their dreams. Filipinas, United States, let us all welcome Miss Kimberley Reyes. Good morning, Miss Kim.
Good morning. Thank you very much for inviting me. It has been a privilege, to be part of this podcast, and I'm very excited about sharing my experience as an immigrant. I'm from Mexico, so hola. So I'm ready. I'm just very excited and very grateful. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, Miss Kimberly. All right, the last but not the least, our guest today is a distinguished educator, a leader whose journey is nothing short of inspiring. She holds a degree in elementary education, a master of special education from the University of the Philippines, Diliman. There you are, another alumni.
Nice.
A PhD in public administration from the Catholic University of Korea, and a doctorate in education from Marian University in Indianapolis, Indiana. So double doctorate. Although she once aspired to become a medical doctor, it was others who recognized her natural gift of teaching, a calling that ultimately shaped her path. The passion led her to establish Teacherhood LLC or Limited Company, a project she further developed through the Public Leadership Program at Harvard Kennedy School. Today, as a doctor of education, she is devoted to bridging connection within the complex U.S. education system, an endeavor that beautifully aligns with our theme, Building Bridges, Usap Tayo, Kapit Bisig. She is not only an educator, but also a catalyst for change. Someone who reminds us that true leadership is about lifting others, breaking barriers, and working hand in hand towards a brighter future. Ladies and gentlemen, Filipinas, United States, it is our honor to welcome a distinguished educator and a leader joining us from the state of Virginia. Please give a warm welcome to Dr. Rholyn Barnhart.
Good morning from Virginia. Good evening, Filipinas. Thank you so much, Dr. Nildz, for this invitation, and thank you so much for that. I get intimidated with your introduction there. So I'm a Bicolana for anyone who are watching from Bicol. So thank you so much for having me here. And I'm excited to exchange ideas with everyone in the room and share the theme Kapit Bisig Bayanihan as what we have been talking about since the opening of our live streaming. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rowley. And Ma'am Cora, I was really grateful for you to come here. Thank you. All right. So can we go on to our next segment or our presentation? Ma'am Cora?
Okay, yeah. So we are working on Kapit Bisig, linking arm. How does it look like in our classroom and in a school setting? So before we proceed to our first question, let us analyze first, where are we coming from with regard to collaboration, parents, students, and teachers? I want to present to you a slide that we researched based on collaboration and parent communication in schools. So this is a resource that we found from Harvard University Unique Database and School Status Report from 2017, 2022, and 2025. It says that 59% of public school parents reported never receiving a phone call from school in this is a 2012 records. Weekly personalized calls increase student engagement and reduce failure rates by 41%. I hope everybody is using these digital tools. So digital tools like Remind, Class Dojo help bridge communication gaps between parent and the school. Online learning requires parents to take on roles like learning coach, and this was given to us by in year 2022. Another information or key findings in this collaboration and parents communication in school is that effective collaboration or kapit bisig in our culture includes updates, training, and involvement in coursework. And this is our work. This is the task that the school system should be providing our students as well as our parents in our community. With this information, with this data, we are going to give you the first question coming from this data and coming from the values that we have. Kapit bisig, linking arms, and how does it look like in the classroom, in the school system, and we as teachers, what are our roles in this one? So Dr. Neil will be able to give you the first question. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Ma'am Cora, for giving us some kind of a chart and some research finding regarding our discussion, which is, I think, very helpful for our audience and also our panelists to find out what we are talking about here. So the first question, let me ask Dr. Rholyn. I'll put you on the spot right away, okay? So how can educators create safe spaces where students and parents feel heard and respected? Again, how can educators create safe spaces where students and parents feel heard and respected? Can you give us a short, discussion on this or a good comment, please?
Sure. As we just see with the research that that was just previously shared, that the current challenge that we have is communication. So if we put it in a context right now, all of us have cell phones now. Everybody's busy. Communication seem to be too noisy, and because of that, focus is not the focal point. So if I am an educator and I am a teacher in a classroom, I should be able to determine the context of the communication culture that I am in. Let's say, for example, Northern Virginia practices different communication practices. We have big platform that are already there, like Remind or email, or many other platform that is general for the public. It might be your systems, your education system that is pushing communication to parents so they would feel that they are connected to the school. But what is very important as a teacher is to personalize it. That means that you know the context of the parents. Are they single parent household? Are they one whole parent household? What types of communication do they want it? Is it a personal note that would reach them? Try to kind of reflect on that context, because state to state vary. And then also in the Philippines, that differs too. We have a different culture of how we receive communication, or we push communication to parents. So yeah, that's my take on that.
All right, thank you. I really like what you said about, making sure that the parents are also being given that opportunity to communicate. And in essence, I felt like, when we have cultivated this space for our children, so I think we build it through what? Through trust, respect, cultural sensitivity, and share partnership, of course, between educators, parents, and community. So thank you so much for that, Ma'am Cora. Do you want to share something on that? I think that was
Yeah,
well said by Dr. Rowling.
very well said. And with the technology, the presence of different digital resources that we have, it is easier to reach out to our parents nowadays. The only challenge with that is the technological skills of our parents, which also should be addressed by educators. And, information is just right in the tips of our fingers. If our school staff would be able to help our parents navigate this type of digital resources, that would be an excellent form of communication so we could reach out to our parents. I think that was a good reflection from Dr. Rowling.
Yeah,
So,
and just to
okay.
piggyback, Ma'am Cora, some of the school where I was also before, what we do is we give orientation a week before the class opening. So in that way, parents will be able to navigate. We teach them how this, like ClassLink, Remind, and Dojos, program or platform. So in that way, parents will have an idea how can we able to navigate ourselves because of course some of them might be, way behind using the technology. But then again, they were given that opportunity to be able to, try to find out on how to use those technology. But that was very good. Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Rory.
Dr. Neil, I want to piggyback on what you said. Miss Kimberly, know this one. Yesterday, we just sent a communication to our parents informing them about the availability of needs that the school could provide or the district could provide. Guess
Uh-huh.
what? We are so techy that we send them QR codes. And then
I thought,
we taught our children and guided them on how to show their parents on how to access
that
that
is,
information that they will register to QR code. You
yeah.
know, just for everybody's information, we are catering for children who came from various parts of the United States. So most of them are non-English speakers, but guess what? We have QR code for them. You see, so probably Miss Kimberly would give more enlightenment on that. Now we're going to her part of the question.
Yes.
That's a good segue, huh? So we talk about safe spaces for parents and children, our student. So for Miss Kimberly, the collaboration and being habit basing and working arm in arm with our community, what are the key ingredients for a successful school team in general? How do you vision it? How will you reflect on the idea of collaboration and showing it? What are those factors? What are those ingredients to make this team a successful community?
Well, thank you for your question. In my experience as an educator and my experience as a coach, so working as a lead coach is just working with teams. So, with that being said, I think one of the key ingredients for a successful team is to make every member of the team feel valued. So whatever that role is we have to make sure that we put value into what they do, and what they do is the puzzle that makes everything complete. So every role is important, and how do we make sure that they know that their role is important or that they feel valued? This is gonna go in connection with what Dr. Rowland said with communication. So not just communication in regards to what needs to be done better. So I would like to encourage positive communication as well. Highlighting the good things, the skills, something that we notice, praising, be like, hey, I saw that you did this, is great. Look, I love how you did this. So not just making comments on communication in regards to what needs to be worked on. So when we practice positive communication, and as well as what needs to be worked on, but when we make that as a whole, the team feels more valued because they know that what they're being done is seen, but it's also heard when it comes to communication. And another, I think, a key ingredient is trust. Because teachers or counselors, principals, assistant principals, we're all professionals, and we all earn these degrees or masters, from institutions that make us capable of doing what we do. So trusting your team and to the role that they have been placed, that's what I think makes a successful school team. And also listening to them. Communication is a two-way street. So not just communicating, but listening to what they gotta say. They gotta feel valued. They gotta feel listened. They gotta feel heard.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Kimberly. I really like the way and emphasize the word trust among the adult and, the children. Our students sees that. When we have a saying of walk the talk. So if we are saying that we need to show trust with each other, those two students or our kids should be able to see that among us adults and the power of communication. There are some people who have different ways of communicating. They have the love language of touch. They have the love language of giving somebody something to cherish on. But in a big setup like school, we really need to be communicative. We need to show our positive relationship through great communication with our students. With this, you could really see how children change when they see the sincerity in your words and in actions, right? Dr. Neil?
Yes, awesome. And just like I shared earlier with Dr. Rholyn, Miss Kimberly, you brought up a very good topic. I mean, the ingredients of how we can be able to have a successful team in our school and collaborating with our parents. So with that, we would like to pause for a while, Mom Cora, and
Yes.
we will have a break. And we'll be back, ladies and gentlemen, in 1 minute. Okay? So thank you. We'll have a break, short break. Thank you.
In a world filled with fleeting moments, there's beauty waiting to be captured. My name is Christian, and I specialize in immortalizing your most precious memories. From elegant weddings to vibrant events and timeless portraits, I'm here to make every moment unforgettable. Let me tell your story through the lens. Contact me today and let's create magic together.
There you go. We're back. So it was really a great engagement, and the responses that we get from our speakers are really, really valuable and very, very connected with our theme for today. Can we acknowledge our viewers today first before we move on to our
Yes.
next person? We have
Go ahead.
Mildred Molito. Good morning, beautiful ladies and handsome gentlemen. We have EJC Val. Good morning po, Dr. Nildz and Mom Cora. I have been contacting you before. Come and respond to me, okay?
Can I read this from my former students who are also a teacher from the Philippines? Oh, can I have a video for tonight, Chikahan, to watch it over again tomorrow? Marlene, it is being recorded in YouTube. All our episode is being recorded there, so you can just click it and then you can watch the other episodes that we have before. So thank you so much for watching. Okay, Mommy Meals. Okay, Miss in the Philippines. Go ahead.
Okay, we have from New York.
New Jersey.
June Kawili, hello. from New Jersey. Oh, you moved to New Jersey now? Okay. Jong,
Oh,
Jong, Hilario, kudos, Manong Mike. Okay,
there you are.
Manong Mike, meron kang admirer.
Follower right away. Good.
Follower, yeah.
Okay, again,
Okay.
Marlene needs to be inspired again from Chikahan tonight. Thank you. All right.
Okay, thank you so much to our viewers. Please continue commenting and make it interactive so we could have a lively conversation today. Be part of this wonderful Chikahan with Mom Cora, with me, and Dr. Nildz. Okay, so let's move on.
Right.
Since we're talking about collaboration and how does it look like in the classroom, Mr. Mike, I am very impressed with your experiences in your bio note. The collaboration, the work that you have done in the community and in your school. I would like to ask, can you share a time when collaboration led to a breakthrough in your classroom or school, or even in your community? Go ahead, Mr. Mike.
Yeah, of course. At first, I would just like to comment first on the earlier issue about communicating with parents, which was asked earlier. There are three types of parents that we have here, in my own experience. First is parents who are longing for communicating with teachers. And these are mostly those who are concerned about what their kids are doing. And most of these are the honor kids. There is another kind of parent who do not want to communicate. Maybe they don't know how to talk, and they avoid communication with parents. And at one time, I was trying to call on some parents, and they said, "Can you call at this time?" When the time came after class, the one whom I talked to is the same student whom I was to talk to the parents, because the parents cannot speak English at all. So they have to wait for their kid. Another type of parent are those who do not have parents with them. We have, depending where you teach, but I teach in a school wherein 60% of my kids are Hispanic, 30% are Afro-Americans, and only 10% are whites and other races. And we often have this communication with the parents. I tried 1 in 3 times of my problem kids. I tried to communicate to their parents. The one who responded is not the parent. It's a grandmother or a grandfather. And these are the types of issues that we teachers should have to consider with. It's not that easy to communicate with parents. We have to know who the parents are so that we can connect.
Yes.
Yeah. So going back to the question about breakthroughs in communications. Actually, all my life I've been with organizations, and the only way to survive is to spread out. You cannot function as a structure unless you connect. So it is within connectivity that will enhance your mobility, your presence, and your objectives. In the same manner as in the classroom, every one of us has our story to tell. We came in this land to teach. It is our first time, and how did we survive? It is through connectivity. And while we are here, if we have organizations here, we tend to look for somebody whom we could freely talk to. And who are those? Of course, mga kababayan natin. And it's so happened that Filipinos love to be together because they want to eat, of course, the same Filipino food. That's the number one thing, that we want to be together. If you don't have a Filipino community with you, you will starve to death. But what is good here is Filipinos always wanted to be in groups. Whatever occasion that they have, they wanted to be in groups. And we have to take this opportunity. That's an advantage, actually, in organizations. Food is an advantage. Second is culture. If you see somebody, especially in Texas, and he's a Pinoy, for sure he'll smile back at you. I don't know with other states, but that's how we do in Texas. If you're a Filipino and you acknowledge somebody who's also a Filipino, they'll acknowledge you, and you might even talk. But what is important there is the only way we could expand our atmosphere, our organizations, ourselves, and learn from other people is through organizations. And we meet people through organizations. Just how I meet. That's how I meet Dr. Nildz and Ma'am Cora. Thank you.
Oh, that was awesome, Mr. Mike. I mean, with all your experiences and with I will say, every opportunity that you have to collaborate in our community, that is a good thing for us, especially you are a leader in our community. And just like what you said, I like what you said. You know, what makes Filipino band together is when there's food and karaoke, right? So we are known for that. So anywhere you go, even my American friends, they said, "Oh, I love going to your parties because you're unique. Not only with the food and the music, afterwards we can bring home some food." You see, so those are the things that really make them, I will say, inspired going to our events, and that those are the things that they will never forget when it comes to Filipino celebration. And I call them collaboration, not only celebration, but also collaboration. Okay?
Yeah, I want to say something on that. Mr. Mike was able to mention how Filipinos gather together. There is a converging factor of food, being together and as a group. Just like what we believe in Kapit Bisig and Arm to Arm. Connectivity, you mentioned that earlier, that the power of connection is very, very strong. And if we apply this in our classroom, we do not just teach academic things to our kids, but we connect through our heart, to our way of teaching them, and all of the things that they see from us will really boils down with the big C, which is connections. If this is really successful, especially, well, it will not be a problem for our group because we are inherently connected with our family, our friends, and people around us. It doesn't matter what race they are in. I guess everybody could say that they wanted a Filipino friend, not only for food, but it is because of the way how we connect with others. Our social skill is so strong with that, right, Dr. Neil?
Yes, and with that, let me move to our next panelist, Dr. Aquino. I have a question for you. So how do you balance individual strength with collective goals in collaborative settings? So how do we balance individual strengths with collective goals in collaborative settings? Yes, ma'am. We cannot, Dr. Aquino.
You're muted.
Dr.
You're
Aquino,
muted, Dr. Aquino.
can you please mute yourself?
Unmute.
Unmute yourself.
Okay.
Thank you. We'd like to hear you back again, please.
Thank you, Dr. Nildz. Balancing individual strengths with collective goals in collaborative settings requires both recognition of personal abilities and alignment with shared objectives. Each member brings unique skills, experiences, and perspectives that, when harnessed effectively, can strengthen the team as a whole. And the challenge is ensuring that these individual contributions do not overshadow the group's mission, but rather contribute to it. Say, for example, in a school project, a student skilled in design focuses on visual presentations, while another who excels in writing prepares the report, and so both working toward the same goal. And so the first step into balancing the individual strengths is recognition and respect. So leaders and members must acknowledge the strength of each individual And this creates a sense of value and motivates people to contribute meaningfully. For example, someone with strong analytical skills may take the lead in problem solving, while someone with creativity might generate innovative ideas. So, for instance, in a disaster response team, the medical staff take charge of first aid, while logistics experts handle supplies, respecting each other's expertise. So the second, balancing individual strength, there must be clear communication of shared goals. Teams should have a common vision and a concrete objectives that guide everyone's efforts. When individuals understand the bigger picture, they are more willing to adjust their personal priorities to align with collective outcomes. So say for example, a school faculty aligns their teaching methods with a shared goal of improving literacy rates. So, iyan kasi ngayon sa Pilipinas, in the Philippines, that is the most crucial problem in education, literacy. Even if it means adjusting personal lesson styles. So we do that. We adjust personal lesson styles. Third, collaborative structures such as role assignment, task distribution, and open dialogue help integrate individual strengths into team efforts. By giving members the opportunity to apply their skills where they fit best, the team ensures efficiency and synergy. So, in a community, for instance, community cleanup drive, organizers assign tasks, leaders coordinate volunteers, while others handle waste segregation and recycling. Finally, mutual accountability and reflection are key. Encouraging feedback, celebrating small wins, and learning from challenges make individuals feel part of the collective journey. And this balance allows personal growth while achieving group success. So, example, a sports team reviews their game, isn't it? Their review. Pag nanalo, they praises good plays and discusses mistakes to improve future performance. So in short, balancing individual strengths with collective goals mean valuing personal contributions, uniting under a shared purpose, and working together through structured collaboration and accountability. It is not about choosing between the individual and the group, but it is about weaving both into a stronger, more effective whole. So in a school governing council, teachers, parents, and students contribute their perspectives, ensuring decisions benefit the entire community. Thank you.
Thank you. You know, she's speaking as a principal. You can sense that everything she's talking about is really repairing as an administrator. And I love that.
Dr. Neil.
Yes.
Yeah, the reflection of Dr. Aquino is so
I would say
nice.
powerful, enriching.
Yeah, very enriching. But you said that she's talking on the principal administrator
Paper side, yes.
thing, correct? I feel like we're having a PLC. Thank you, Dr. Aquino. But I would like
Yes,
I
go
would like
ahead.
to put it on the perspective of a teacher.
Teacher.
You mentioned about, I like the word that you say, collective goals.
Yes.
How does it look like in school? Now, all of you, probably Mr. Mike, Miss Kimberly, Dr. Rholyn, the collective goal, correct me if I'm wrong, this is how I look at it, is our school action plan, right? So we collaborate on how are we going to attain success within the school year, okay? Now, the action plan or the collective goals will be monitored, actively monitored through our SPOT observation. This is where the rubric on how we teach so that everything will be aligned to the action plan. Okay, am I right, Dr. Aquino? So
Yes, ma'am.
the way you said it, you know what? She's really a principal. Let me just
Yes.
say it in my thinking on the perspective of a teacher. So
Yeah.
action plan, pursue it, do your best in order to get your goal through connectivity, through topic basing. Everybody will be successful at the end of the school year.
And
Correct?
yes, and I like, I'm sorry there, Ma'am Cora. I like what she said about efficiency and synergy. And then, of course, as we balance strength, she was saying that the goal is creating a culture where individual doesn't have to compete. We are
Yes.
not there to compete, but with the team purpose of what empowering the unique abilities of each and every one. That's
Yes.
why we have Kapit PC.
Sig. Wow, good segue. Go
Yes.
ahead, Dr. Neil. Continue with Mr. Kim.
Yes. So this is to, to continue my question to Miss Kim. Miss Kim, being in the US, what assumptions do we often make about students or colleagues from different backgrounds, and how can we challenge them? I think this is perfect for me because you're a school counselor, you've been meeting a lot of students from all walks of life. How, what can you say about it? Thank you.
Well, I would like to share something personal about it. I was a target to one of those assumptions. So I moved here to the United States when I was 15 years old. So they put me on ninth grade. And when I said that I was a target of that assumption, okay, is that they put me automatically on an English learning program, which is okay, but I was also automatically put in a migrant program, and I received absolutely no guidance, no college and career guidance, no sort of guidance. So I also wasn't guided with college and career options. I was just told that community college was the route for me. So that's one of the reasons why I became a counselor, because, for people like us, people that are new to the United States, or just in general, people have their own biases and assumptions and put people into categories. And by putting people into categories, we're not able to explore what is it that they can bring, their uniqueness, their strengths, their skills. And I think that's what we gotta do. We gotta put on our own biases aside and listening to these persons, regardless of where they're coming from. They have a story to share. They have a background. They have their own set of skills. They have their own strengths. We got to listen to them with empathy. And as a counselor, is to look for their potential and not to see where they're coming from as a limitation of how far they can get. And if we see that a parent is not coming to the meetings, cannot attend the open house, or we need to have communication, like what we've been talking about, hey, reach out to them with empathy and say, what's going on? Is there anything that I can do to help? And trying to just listen to them, because maybe we think that they don't want to come, but the reality is that they might having two jobs. They might be, going through some other struggles and challenges. So we cannot make assumptions about people and put them in a category because this is where they're coming from, and then automatically think of a certain way. So no, we have to be open-minded to put our worldview aside from us and try to see their view on their stance, on their position, and that's why we can open up our minds and see things differently.
Wow. That is so true. Assumptions really killed, you know, and this really disrupts the idea of connectivity. And I like the way you share your personal experience in this, and it only relates if you're vulnerable of telling others of what you have experienced, and you said that you became a counselor because of that experience. We as teachers should also be, you know, receptive of how our students feel, and how, if you put yourselves in their shoes, how would you feel? Like, I am appreciative of what you have shared, Miss Reyes. So thank you for that. Thank you.
Yes, that's why Miss Cora, Ma'am Cora, let me also piggyback on that. So I believe that when we shift from assumption to inquiry, we foster respect, just like what Miss Kimberly says. We build stronger relationship, and that ensure that our diverse voices, people, especially like what she said earlier, example for her, are not just included but truly heard and valued. And those are the things our administrators, our teachers, our staff in our schools should also learn, because we never know what's happening. We never know what the background, the challenges, just like what Kim says, that's going through with that person. So with that being said, maybe you can ask, or are we gonna what do you call this?
I think we have a
Yes.
comment. We have a
Yes.
comment. Can
Miss
you put
Krisha?
that back, Trisha? Okay, I want to read June Kawili's comment. It takes a village to raise a child. That's true. Follow through is a key. Many schools implement programs, but we lack follow through. That is what I'm saying. Walk the talk, right? So we need to be purposeful and ready and be serious about that thing. Mildred, I totally agree with you. Kimberly, there you go. You got a fan now.
Yeah. Thank you, Miss Mildred, for comments. Thank you. Would you like to ask the next question? We're gonna put Dr. Aquino on
Okay,
the
so
spot again.
yeah, Dr. Aquino, what actions, small actions you can take today to build a stronger communication with a colleague, with a student, or family? Go ahead.
Can you please unmute yourself?
Dr. Aquino, your microphone. There you go.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Cora. If I were to choose one small action I can take today to build a stronger connection with a colleague, a family member, or a student, I would say it is the act of being fully present and truly listening. At first, it may sound very simple, almost too ordinary. But in reality, giving our undivided attention is one of the most powerful and meaningful ways we can strengthen our relationships. When we listen with presence, we are not just hearing the words that someone says, we are also acknowledging their feelings, validating their experiences, and letting them know that they matter. In today's world, it's easy to become distracted because social media is so active now. Everyone is so active. We are often multitasking, rushing to finish our work, checking our phones, or already preparing our response in our heads. But when we pause, set aside those distractions, and really focus on the person in front of us, we communicate respect, care, and openness. For example, with a colleagues, practicing presence might mean that when they come to me with a concern, instead of quickly giving advice or trying to solve the problem right away, I stop and listen carefully. I could say, I hear what you're here saying, and I understand why you feel that way. So sometimes people need solutions immediately. They need empathy, and that can make our professional relationships stronger and more collaborative. With a family member, being fully present could be as simple as having a short, undistracted conversation during meals. Imagine putting away the phone or turning off the television and really asking, how was your day? And then listening with genuine interest. These small moments build warmth, closeness, and trust within the family. With a student, presence can be life changing. Many young people crave acknowledgement. If I notice their effort and say, I saw how you tried your best in class today. How do you feel about that? It creates a space where they feel valued. For some students, that one moment of attention can inspire them to keep going, to believe in themselves, and to open up more in the future. So the beauty of this small action is that it doesn't require money, special tools, or a lot of time. It simply requires intentionality. It is the willingness to pause and give our focus on another person. Over time, these small acts of presence and listening accumulate. They strengthen bonds, deepen trust, and create environments where people, whether colleagues, family members, or students, feel respected, supported, and understood. So if I were to commit to one small action today, it would be this. I will choose to slow down, look someone in the eye, and listen. Not with the goal of replying quickly, but with the goal of understanding. It may take only a few minutes, but the impact on the relationship can last much longer. And that simple act of presence can truly be the seed of stronger and more meaningful connections.
Right.
Right. Thank you. I don't have to say anything. She said everything. Thank you. And there are times I'm also guilty because I don't slow down. I multitask. Okay. I go fast and fast because, we have student and, there's a lot of things to do in our mind. But thank you for that, Dr.
Dr. Neil, I want to piggyback on that. I also hear what you're saying. Same thing. We are so busy. But I think if I will summarize what Dr. Aquino said, simple things, affirmation, okay, acknowledgement. Simple words like, I got you. I hear you. Give me a minute. I'll be there. I got you. So words like that those things would really let the students and our people around us that we know they are there and we are willing to support them. So
yeah, with that, Ma'am Cora, let's pause for our advertisement and we will come back with Dr. Rholyn and Mr. Mike. Okay.
Okay.
More inspirational and more good discussion. Thank you so much. So advertisement.
We'll see you guys in a bit.
Yes.
For divorce and family law in Texas, Liggett Dizon Law Firm PC will guide you every step of the way.
From initial consultation to detailed review of your case and strategic planning.
We'll sit with you during negotiations or mediations, and represent you in court.
Whether it is a family law, estate planning, or immigration, we will be there to guide through the final steps.
So, leave your legal matters behind you and embrace your future.
You can contact Liggett Dizon Law Firm PC at 346-5454-346 or visit dizonlawfirm.com.
There you go. Welcome back, guys. We are really getting closer to our end, and this discussion is really
fruitful for everybody. Okay, so we're ready to go to our next guest. Question, Dr. Neil?
Rholyn? Okay. So, Dr. Rholyn, how does empathy and active listening transform relationship in education?
Wow.
You're well versed on that. So,
Mhm.
I know you can give your, well, I will say, narratives. Thank you.
Yeah, I would rather have story over narrative. Miss
Okay.
Kimberly alluded to the story, and then if you notice that when someone tells story, you shifted to the empathic mode.
Uh,
Miss Kimberly is a coach. I am a division instructional coach myself. Um, in a situation where everyone, Manu Mike already mentioned about the different kinds of parents that we are communicating with. Dr. Aquino mentioned about leveraging strength of your team members. Like all of the speakers in the room are alluding towards really focusing to the people that we are talking to. So paying attention to them and perhaps avoiding being autobiographical sometimes, even if we wanted to tell a story, so that we could really understand where the person that we are communicating with is coming from. While everyone was talking, I was thinking of the book, The Seven Habits of Highly Effective People by
Mhm.
uh-huh.
Stephen R.
Totally.
Yeah.
Covey.
Yeah.
Seek first to understand, then to be understood. It
Mm.
is very important that when we are listening, in fact, I'm practicing it myself while everyone is talking. I'm taking notes. I'm trying to make sure that I am listening, actively listening, and I'm looking at which perspective are they coming from, because it's important that that even on small conversation, let's say for example, our culture is known for food. That when we are talking to someone and then they said, "Oh, I know a Filipino who who used to bring me lumpia," and then one day in an in an unexpected way you bring lumpia to that person. How do you think they are going to feel? They are going to feel like, "Oh, that
Good.
person listened to me on my side comment." There's a lot of different ways that we could connect, but not only Filipinos. Miss Kim is coming from a very related culture. We celebrate food all the time, and
Mhm.
it's the easiest and most popular way of connecting. And the
Yes.
reason why the heart is put in the center and not not over here is that the heart is the easiest way to communicate. When you communicate with your heart, people will see it, will feel it, and they could even see it from your body language. It's easy to smell um, you know authenticity over fake. So you could people are gifted on that hunches that we have, like,
Mhm.
I have a different hunch on that person. But having to say that, uh, there's different layers, and most of the time the strength is inside, as Dr. Aquino alluded to strengths-based leadership already a while ago when she was giving us her answer, or sharing us her answer about coming from the lens of an administrator. So yes, it's a multifaceted way of how we might be communicating depending on which context are we coming from, who are we talking with, and the like. So thank you so much for that question.
All right.
Mm.
Thank you. And
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Rowley.
yeah,
So
I like
with
how
all
Kimberly. Wait, wait,
yeah,
excuse me, Mom Cora, to interrupt you.
okay.
And I think we should be authentic, sincere when we communicate. So in that way, the receiver of what our communication will feel, that they feel valued with us. And I think that's one thing. I'm not trying to, modesty aside, I can see that all the Filipino teachers are in some other culture, which is, they are close with their student, they can easily get close to them because they can see that you are complete and you are sincere in every aspect when you communicate with them. Thank you, Ma'am Cora.
That's right. So all of this, all has been said about, Kapit Basic, connectivity, arm to arm, helping others, and all of this, sum it up. How does it look like in showing our strength? I would like to ask Mr. Mike. So, how does Kapit Basic, or the spirit of camaraderie and strength, as well as standing together, show up in your work as a community organizer, as a teacher, as a parent? How will you evaluate, or how will you give reflection on that?
Well, as all throughout the job that I have went through, it all boils down to only one point: know whom you are serving. Because if you don't know whom you are serving, you are lost. Well, for example, when I was then the chief planning officer of a government planner, we have been coming up with a lot of programs, just like DepEd now. They came up with a lot of programs, but for sure these are recycled ones. They keep on recycling. New administration, they recycle. The planning officer will meet and they do the same thing and put another name, a new name. That's what always happens. But when it boils down to the classroom, it's only the teacher who knows the student. The deputy secretary don't know your student.
Right.
Your supervisor don't know your student. It's only the teacher and the teacher who knows their student, and that's the bottom line. So just like me, when I was even when I was a provincial agrarian reform officer, it is what the farmer needs that should be taken into priority concern. And as a teacher here, I know who my students are. My appraisers, the principals, may come and give a lot of strategies, and there's already a lot of strategies, are full of strategies. But all that we know is, you know your student on the first month of classroom of teaching. Actually, you already know who will be passing and who will not be passing. You don't even need to check their papers. So, if you know your student, you know what strategies to implement to them. Strategies is not applicable to everybody. It's actually to a few, and you have to know whom to approach this. At the end, what they look about is the statistics, just the same. Who passed, who did not. Who passed the STAR test, who passed the AP test, and who did not. The bottom line is always the teacher. And how he did it is how he knows who the students are. And I know for sure that we can collaborate with fellow teachers. And for us, the only way we can help a campus is to help your co-teacher. In our case, in one big school here in Dallas, our Dallas was the biggest. Our school, Skyline High School, is the biggest school here with from 7,000. Now we have around nearly 5,000 students. But there are a few Filipinos there. Why is it that most of us are commended in our work? Because we collaborate with each other. Also, we included other teachers who are with us. While if they came up with new requirement, everybody complains. That's an added job. That's another level. But you know what Filipinos do? They just kept quiet and do the work. In the end, those who have been complaining will come and say, "How did you do it?" Then that's the time you can teach them. This is the way how to do it, and that's where they have a good impression to Filipinos, because we feel so relaxed that others are so stressed out, but they look at us. How come you still have time to talk and smile and laugh a lot in the corridor? And whenever we tell stories, all of us will laugh and everybody will gather. What are you talking about? Sometimes they don't understand, but they just laugh just the same. And these are things that is good when you have that feel free feeling of helping one another. Also, when we are in PLCs, for example, of course, we know that everybody wants to talk. We know that somebody will talk a lot, and at the end, you can summarize what he meant in only one sentence. So we just let them talk and say maybe we will just get our own responsibilities, and in the end talk at the end what to do, and that might be better rather than listening to somebody who keeps on talking a lot, and in the end it consumes the whole PLC. So the shorter way there is, okay, what's our responsibilities, what's our goal, then we can meet later on.
Yeah.
So it will facilitate things. That means that we listen, but there is limitation also to listening. You have to
Yes.
say to somebody, "Stop it! Don't overdo your talking because others want to talk too." That's my only comment. Thank you.
Excellent. You know what? It really hit right there on the head, Mr. Mike, because as our characteristics, our strength would really show up, particularly in meetings like that. We barely, I myself, I barely speak. Well, when you tell me what to do, I'll do it. So I am more of a problem solver than complaining. I barely, when I was younger, I do a lot of complaints, but I do the job. And when I do it, I exceed expectation of the job given to me. But now I just do it. They know what they're doing. They are accountable. I am accountable. So I'll do it. That is a character of a Filipino, I believe. Your thoughts, Dr. Neil?
No, it reminds me also that, progress or whatever I will say, achievement or recognition we have as a Filipino, it is achieved through what? Trust, respect, our connectivity with one another, our compassion. We talk about empathy. That's how we are Filipino. And of course, we have a shared purpose. And I think that makes, you know, um, I'm not trying to brag about it, Miss Kim, but, stand out because of what we have before, our values of copy busy, which I am going to ask everyone, okay, on our final questions, and everybody is going to be asked, and you're going to have your own way of answering these questions. So finish the sentence. We're almost done. But you know what? I hate to say this, but I like the conversation going back and forth. But please answer this, and we will ask Miss Kimberly. I'll put you in the spot. So finish the sentence. Schools can learn from Filipino values about collective care and resiliency by Black. I know you're not a Filipino, but you're getting to be one as you're in this conversation. You are an honorary Filipino member of this. But anyway, let me say again, finish the sentence. School learn from Filipino values about collective care and resilient by Black. Any thoughts?
Now, of course, and as a Mexican, I think the values are very similar. So, when y'all were saying about how we bring ourselves with positivity, is or warm hospitality is just characteristics that both cultures share. So, I think in answering, your finishing the sentence, schools can learn from Filipino values and collective care and resilience by fostering a sense of family. And how is that? Well, by looking out for each other, by celebrating together, but supporting each other through challenges, by being heard, by being listened, by being valued, and by having empathy, looking out is just not being just another number, another employee, another team member, but it's part of the whole unit. How we embrace each other.
Awesome. Thank you so
job.
much.
Good
Mr.
job.
Mike.
Yeah, the resiliency of Filipinos is really evident because we always survive wherever we are. We always survive, even if we are in a new place. You know what? Because we have that innate characteristic of bahala na. Whenever we go somewhere, we have bahala na. But actually, when you say bahala na, it's a contraction of bathala na, which means God is on my side wherever I go. So bahala na. So you are always confident that everything that you do, you will succeed in it because God is with you. That is why Filipinos are very religious, I think, because they always have God on their side. And if God is not on their side, there's another Filipino under the other side, which is very willing to come and help you, and that's what always happens. These past few weeks, I have been so concerned with a lot of teachers who always who calls and talks about their issues, their problems. Of course, I said that's the problem when you are on this kind of generation that we have now. During our time, when we go to a place, we know that there's only us and our God that has to resolve this. You're so lucky because you have all other Filipinos around you. But it is innate in us, it is natural in us that wherever there is an issue before us, God is always there. The drive to survive is always there, and our family is always supportive of us. When you have a community of Filipinos, the more you are confident on what you do. In the end, we always prevail.
Thank you. That is very, very prominent when we say bahala na. So we're leaving ourselves and God in everything that we do. See how religious we are. I think this is a shared values by any other culture here in United States or elsewhere, right? So when Miss Kim said about shared values, this is really, really true. And we Filipinos don't have the monopoly of these values of love for others, family, community, and sharing. Okay. So thank you, Mr. Mike. Our next, who's our next? Dr. Rholyn?
It's Dr. Aquino.
Dr. Aquino. Go ahead, Dr. Aquino. Microphone.
Dr. Aquino, microphone, please.
Okay, it says there, blank schools can learn from Filipino values about collective care and resilience by blank. Modern schools can learn from Filipino values about collective care and resilience by practicing bayanihan in classrooms. That is promoting teamwork, compassion, and inclusivity. No one should be left behind.
Wow.
Thank you.
I like that. I like that, Dr. Aquino. No one, no kids left behind.
Thank you, ma'am.
And of course, the last but not the least again, it's Dr. Barnhart. Your turn now.
This is pressure on me because I'm the last. I have to sum it up. But really alluding from all of the responses from Ms. Kim, Manong Mike, Dr. Aquino, everyone shared very good points about, schools can learn from Filipino values about collective care and resilience. My take on that would reflect based on, let's say, Manong said, bahala na. We have our, Philippine flower, sampaguita. Sometimes we forget about it, but when I was reflecting back, like, why is it sampaguita is our national flower? But when you observe sampaguita doesn't smell on the daytime. You can't barely smell it, but at nighttime, when it's dark and you could barely notice everyone, sampaguita smells so good, and that's the only smell that you could smell at nighttime. It reflects it reflects a lot of our habits, our culture as Filipino, or as Ms. Kim from a very related culture, because we are colonized by Spain for 333 years in the Philippines. So we share almost every values that we have. We we typically show this kind of characteristics, that when everything is so bright, everyone is loud, Filipinos tend to be quiet and listen and pay attention to others. And then when it's nighttime, when there's no one, when everyone is sleeping, that's when we express our powers. It also reflects our national animal, carabao or calabao, a water buffalo. Water buffalo is not too loud. Water buffalo would always just keep on doing what needs to be done. We talk about school improvement plan or school action plan in the Philippines, but Filipinos would typically, if you Filipino teacher would typically just get the things done, like our carabao, like at slowly but surely will adding value to the community, and then just do our job, because there's a lot of people that might be complaining about the job, but if you get the job done, you will be trusted individual in the community. And also we might have come across the book Lemons to Lemonade. For us in the Filipinos, it might be calamansi to calamansi juice. We always make good out of a sour thing. There's a lot of things that we could share, but we are out of time with overtime. So I would like to close it out that way. This conversation is just making me reflect with a lot of things that not only Filipinos have, but a lot of other cultures have that we share. And we just have to be a good human being, and try to make sure that when we leave in the world, leave as if it is your last day, and make sure that you are blessing other people around you.
Okay, awesome, Dr. Rholyn. And with that, we would like to once again thank our guest, Mom Cora. Can you say their names one by one again?
Yeah, we are really appreciative of your time, your expertise, and the knowledge that you have shared with our audience for today. Thank you, Dr. Barnhart, Dr. Aquino, Mr. Mike, Miss Kimberley Reyes. Salamat, maraming salamat. Okay, so.
Yes, before we close, we're gonna give them like 1 minute.
Yes.
Whatever they said, it could be, compliment, message, or whatever.
If you have any,
message,
it also includes any announcement that you would share. Go ahead. Let's start with Dr. Barnhart.
Yes. Now you're the first one, Rholyn.
Thank you. Anyway, if there are other teachers who are watching right now live in the Philippines, who are planning to migrate here in the here in the United States, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Check out the website Teacherhood. I have you could look at the information there. I offer coaching for you to migrate here, and hopefully we can work together.
Thank you, Dr. Rholyn. Dr. Aquino.
Thank you so much for having me here, Ma'am Cora and Dr. Nildz. And I have learned so much from the other guest. Thank you so much. I appreciate very much Dr. Barnhart. I am volunteering. I would like to go there also and try to teach.
There you are. You have a new client.
And I would like to say, before this will end, I would like to say thank you for my staff, my teachers, for watching the episode. Tinext ko kasi sila, minessage ko, and they send the screenshots in our group chat while watching the episode. So thank you for this opportunity to share ideas with you, and of course the entire Philippines and in the USA. Thank you so much.
What's the name of your school again, Dr. Aquino?
I'm in Payas National High School, that is in the Division 1 of Pangasinan.
Okay, where is
That's
the
the,
location again? Specifically, is it
pardon?
in Lingayen? Is it in
Pardon?
Lingayen, Pangasinan? Where is the
Pangas
location?
Santa Barbara, Pangasinan.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. All right. And then we have Mr. Mike.
Oh yeah, we have talked a lot here, and I appreciate everybody's opinion. It's full of fruitful ideas that we have here. One thing I want to emphasize to our all our teachers out there, whether you are here already teaching and intending to come here, when you are a Filipino teachers, we have to bear in mind that we get the job done. Filipino teachers get the job done, and please don't be an exception. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mike. Kim, your microphone. There you go.
Yes. Okay. So something that I would like to share is that regardless of your role that you have in education, always, always, always look in the potential of the student. Look past your bias. And I'll explain it to you why. The school that we work on is for newcomer students. It's kids that are barely learning English. Last year, we were able to send 2 girls. These girls are barely learning English. Keep that in mind. We should high. We start aiming high, and these girls they are going not to the next zone school. We're able to apply to one of the best schools in the Houston area. So we have 2 newcomers, immigrant students from Cuba, that are now going to the Young Women's College preparatory school. So you gotta look at the potential. So communicate, see past, getting the job done and your role that is just to teach. When you're able to see more in depth into the student, or what is it that how far and how they can reach, is just go for it. So my mantra and my quote for y'all is always shoot for the moon, because even if you fail, you're gonna land on the stars.
Okay, salamat, Miss Kim. Thank you so much.
Just
So,
to understand, salamat. Salamat means gracias.
gracias. She knows she will be Filipino soon.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
she's an
convert her.
honorary member now of the
Yes.
Filipino community.
So,
Any
thank
last
you,
party words?
guys. This is where we end our discussion. And you know what, Dr. Neil? This is one of my favorite session that we had. Very, very close to our heart, which is connectivity, empathy, and working together for the good of our community and students. So we'll take a picture first, and
Yes.
then I will make announcement before you all go. Okay?
We will
So,
all make our last announcement. And
Yes.
let's take a picture.
Can we
Okay,
make
show
this
your
a full?
guests.
Can we make this a full screen?
Full screen, please, Krisha.
Okay.
Awesome.
Smile. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna make an announcement first before we go. We would like to inform the Filipino community around Houston and neighboring areas that the Uni4, Uni-Pro, or the Young Filipino Professionals will start, and the Unified Houston Safe EP collaborated with this Tagalog lessons. We are offering lessons for beginners, for intermediate, advanced, and advanced high who would like to learn about the language. Early registration, we started it on the 25th, and it will end up in August, on August 31st. General registration will begin September 1st up to September 28th. Courses schedule will be October 13 to December 7. We have certified teachers that will come from the Safe Unified, and will offer this program for you all. Okay, so also another announcement, we have since Keisha doesn't have the flyer for our University of the Philippines. There you go. The UP Alumni Association of America, 23rd Biennial Grand Reunion and Convention. This is committing to honor excellence and service. This will be on October 17 to 18 at the Westin Galleria Hotel, Houston, Texas. We are going to share this flyer to you guys because we have a QR code that you could scan and do the registration. So we are so excited. All UP alumni, our Kikos and guys, go ahead and join us on October 17 and 18. So I guess that is our announcement for today. Oh, I'm going to put one more. Those who are new in United States, particularly in the Houston area, if you have children who are willing to go to middle school from 6th to 8th grade, come and join us in Las Americas Newcomers Middle School. We are going to post our address and our phone number. You could contact Miss Kim, and we are going to entertain you. This is a safe space for all of you. Welcome.
That's awesome. Thank you. You know, Ma'am Cora, so busy down there in the Houston area, and thank you. Before we go, I just want to shout out happy birthday to Rina, my daughter-in-law, August 15, and my son, Paolo, 19. That's in August 19. And of course, I'd like to, give our sincere and deepest sympathy to Andres' family. My friend's husband died this morning, so our condolences to you. It's down there in the Philippines. Andres' family, once again, we keep you in our prayers and your family. Thank you. So with this, Ma'am Cora, anything else? Yes.
Dr. Nildz, I will also greet belated happy birthday to my only daughter, Bayang Luwalhati Flores, last August 8th. And Blessy Unko. Okay, Blessy, happy birthday belated to you at masaya at maligayang linggo ng wika sa Pilipinas, August 19. Okay? So, yes. Congratulations sa inyong lahat diyan.
And thank you once again, Manong Mike, Guimbatan Jr., Dr. Rholyn, Miss Kimberly, and Dr. Theresa Aquino. You can watch us again, recorded through YouTube. So once again, Ma'am Cora, what are we going to say to them? Thank you for watching.
Thank you so much for watching.
Teacher Talk.
With
Ma'am Cora and Dr. Nildz.
And Dr. Nildz.
Inspiring minds. Shaping futures. And one conversation
at a time.
Thank you. God bless everyone.
Guys, have a great weekend. See you in the next week to come. Bye.
Yes, see you again. God bless everyone.
Bumabagyo na naman, right? So, take care. Kayo dyan sa Pilipinas, our relatives and friends. Be safe. God bless you all.
God bless.